What if the reason your team is stuck is because you're still trying to be the expert, not the leader? You mind if I share a short story with you? I remember early in my project management career, I thought leadership meant knowing everything. I would show up to the meetings, trying to speak the development solutions, thinking like a system architect, and doing my very best to anticipate every technical decision before it happened. But the truth, I was drowning in details. I was chasing credibility the wrong way and becoming that very bottleneck I was hired for. Man, I even think the engineers even started a secret group chat to decode my technical suggestions. One day, my manager pulled me aside and calmly he said, "Edward, we didn't hire you to outcode the developers. We hired you to ask the right questions. What's the business impact? Why does this matter? And what happens if we don't do it?" Then it hit with one sentence I'll never forget. We already had the technical resources. What we needed is leadership. Someone who can break silos, align people, and bring solutions to life. Therefore, I had to redefine what it meant to lead, not trying to be the master of every technical nuance, but by creating an environment where people could thrive, connect, and execute. And that shift led me to my first principle that changed everything for me as a project manager. Principle number one: technical skills are replaceable. Your leadership is not. Listen, family, technology is consistently evolving. Tools change. Technical expertise become outdated fast. However, your unique blend of vision, motivation, and guidance that a strong leader provides cannot easily be replaced. It is the glue that holds the technical experts together and points them in a common goal. Why is this important? This is important because teams are composed of specialties. Without having a unified leader, those specialists can easily work in silos. They'll optimize for their own tasks and lose sight of the overall project objective. Your leadership ensures that each individual technical employee, solution, architect, whatever you want to call, contributes to the big overall goal, and that's providing value to the organization. Expanding with these actionable tips. Focus on developing your soft skill around empathy, communication, and influence. Next one. When a technical gap is identified, your first thought should be, who is the right person to actually solve this? Not, how can I solve this myself? And the last and final one, invest your time in mentoring team members and fostering a collaborative environment rather than trying to be the technical expert. Principle number two: technical skills help you speak the language. Interpersonal skills help you lead the room. I like that, family. See, having a baseline of technical knowledge is definitely important, just especially for credibility, but it allows you to participate in conversations and understand the general landscape. However, it is your interpersonal skills, your ability to read the room, build a consensus, negotiate, inspire, that allow you to actually influence the outcome of these actual environments. Why is this important? A project manager's job is to make decisions, drive action, often in a room full of competing opinions and priority. Simply understanding the words being said isn't enough. You must be able to navigate the human dynamics to help guide the group to a productive conclusion. Experiment with these actionable tips. Before an important meeting, plan not just what you will say, but how you will facilitate the conversation to achieve the desired outcome. Next one, pay attention to the body language and tone as you do the words being spoken. I always say that someone can say something, but their actions will mean more than what is being said. Remix that. What I'm saying is that someone will tell you, yes, I will get that task done, but you know from past experience, that task won't get done unless you follow up with them, unless you hold them accountable. All right, let's move on to the next point. Practice summarizing different viewpoints and finding common ground to build consensus. Principle number three, a good PM knows that tech, but a great PM knows how the tech fits into the business. See, understanding technical stack is useful, but understanding why that particular technical stack was chosen to solve a specific business problem and how it will generate revenue, reduce costs, or even improve customer satisfaction is invaluable. A great PM provides context, linking every technical decision back to a business outcome. Why is this important? Without business context, a project team can build a technical perfect product that nobody wants, or more to fact, it fails to meet the organization's strategic goal. Your role is to be a constant voice of the business, ensuring projects deliver tangible value. Experiment with these actionable tips. Spend time with the business stakeholder. Ask about their goals, their pain points, and how they measure success. Next point. Before any major technical decision, ask them, how does this particular decision help us achieve our business objective? And the last and final one, in a status report, lead with business impact. I'll give you an example. We are on track to reduce customer support calls by 15%. And this is before you talk about anything technical around any of your technical milestones. Principle number 4, your team will forgive technical ignorance. They won't forgive poor leadership. Again, your team will forgive technical ignorance. They won't forgive poor leadership. Let me park here parenthetically, family. And I also want to call something and say message. Message, if you're new to the episode, anytime that I call message, this is something I want you to pay attention to. I could have put this earlier in today's episode, but I made a decision to put it here. Why is that? It's because what I've learned over my career, over a decade, is that, like I shared with that story, I thought I needed to know everything. But when you work with a good technical team, they're excited to share what you don't know, but they're frustrated when you act like you could come in there and you know everything and you're not willing to listen to them because they are the experts. This is why they have them. And sometimes we get that construed of that we have to be so technical savvy that we're trying to dictate what they're doing. Okay, I'll stop with my rant. But the point I'm trying to make, family, is that you're supposed to leverage them and they're supposed to leverage you. See, a technical team doesn't expect you to be able to write code. Matter of fact, they don't even expect you to design a database schema. They will happily explain technical concepts to a leader who is curious. Why I always talk about curious, who is respectful. Why do I always talk about respectful? And most of all, if you don't remember anything else, the ability to be humble. See, what they will not tolerate is a leader who is disorganized, communicates poorly, and fails to remove roadblocks or even tries to take credit for their work. This is important, family, because trust is the foundation of a high-performing team. A lack of technical knowledge is easily forgiving if trust is present. However, poor leadership behaviors like breaking promises or blaming the team will shatter the trust instantly, and you will find your project grinding to a halt. So experiment with these actionable tips. When you don't understand a technical concept, say so openly. Ask, can you explain it to me in simpler terms? See, what you've just done there is this shows respect for their expertise. If you really get with a group of technical resources that are really proud of what they're doing, they will gladly answer your question. Matter of fact, they'll probably go above and beyond just to make sure because they're excited about what they're doing. Next point, focus on being reliable, controlling your schedule, controlling the communication, and controlling your resource management. When I say controlling, meaning leading with it effectively, ensuring that the schedule is up to date, ensuring communications are up to date, ensuring that, hey, if we don't have that particular resource, who can step in within the team or outside the team to support. And the last and final point, always defend your team from outside criticism. Take personal responsibility for project setback. Principle number 5, you're not paid to build, you're paid to deliver through people. Again, you're not paid to build, you are paid to deliver through people. This is a subtle but critical distinction. Your primary deliverables is not the software, the building, or the product. Your primary deliverable is a high-functioning team that in turn creates the final product. Your success is measured by your ability to orchestrate, empower, and guide the efforts of others. Why is this important? If you see your job as building, you will be tempted, and I do mean you will be tempted. Every project manager has been through this. If they haven't, they're not telling you the truth. You will be tempted to micromanage and get involved in the technical detail. If you see your job as delivering through people, you will focus on the right things like coaching, clearing obstacles, fostering communication, and motivating the team. Experiment with these actionable tips. Schedule one-on-one meetings with each team member and make the agenda about their needs, not your status update. Again, their needs, not your status update. Next one, constantly ask your team, what can I do to help you be more effective? And then act on their answers. And the last and final point, measure your own success, not by the tasks you complete, but the success you, or I should say your team, achieves. Principle number 6, when projects fail is rarely because someone lacked technical skills. It's because no one spoke up. Here we go, family. Most projects issues don't come from poor code or even bad requirements. They come from silence. Teams avoid conflict. They hide concerns. They assume someone else will raise the red flag. The failure isn't a lack of skill, it's a lack of psychological safety. The root cause is often a culture of fear, intimidation, indifference created by your leadership style. Why is this important? The people's closest to the work are the first to see potential problems. If they don't speak up, small issues can snowball into project-ending catastrophes. A project's success is directly proportional to the willingness of its team members to share bad news. Experiment with these actual tips. Explicitly ask, what are we missing? Or what's making you nervous about this particular project schedule or project plan in every team meeting? Next point, when someone does raise a concern, thank them. I'll say this again. Please thank them publicly for their courage and their transparency, regardless of the issue validity. And the last and final one, implement anonymous feedback channels like a suggestion box or a simple online form for team members who are hesitant to speak up publicly. Principle number 7, a technical brilliant project that no one supports is a failed project. Stakeholders buy into a nice to have. So it is a critical success factor. You can deliver a project on time, on budget, within scope and quality. You know our triple constraints with flawless technical execution. But if a key stakeholder doesn't understand, doesn't want it, or won't even use it, the project has failed to deliver value. Why is this important? Projects are ultimately funded and judged by people. A lack of support can lead to the project being canceled, its deliverables being ignored, or its funding being cut for future phases. Adoption and support are just as important as technical delivery. Experiment with these actionable tips. Create a stakeholder map and communication plan with your project team. Next point, involve key stakeholders in demos, decision-making process throughout the entire project lifecycle, not just at the end. And the last and final one, treat stakeholder management as a core project task, dedicating time and resources to it every week. Principle number 8, technical competence gets you through planning. Interpersonal skills gets you through change. I like that. See, in a calm, periodical world of project planning, technical details, logical dependencies reign supreme. But the moment the project starts and reality hits, unexpected problems arise, priorities shift, people become stressed. It is your interpersonal skills, your ability to reassure, negotiate, lead through uncertainty that will get the project through those turbulent times. Why is this important? Change is not the only constant in project management. A plan is fragile, but a resilient, trusting team is not. Your ability to manage the human emotions and reactions associated with the changes are more critical to the survival than your ability to update your Gantt chart. Experiment with these actionable tips. When a major change occurs, address the team's concerns and feelings before discussing the new approach or plan. Next point, be transparent about what you know and what you don't know. This builds trust during uncertain times. And the last and final one, frame the change as a new challenge to be overcome together, reinforcing a sense of shared purpose. Well, family, if you stayed this long, I truly appreciate it. You have to understand many project managers fall into the trap of thinking they need to out-tech their teams to earn respect. Yes, technical understanding has its place, but that's not where your greatest value lies. You already have technical resources. What your team really needs is someone who can listen, align, influence, and lead under pressure. that takes interpersonal skills, not just tools and terminology. So here's your reminder. You're not here to prove you're technical. You're here to lead people through complexity and deliver an outcome that matters. If you're new, I go by the name of ED. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, that just simply means Ed. Until next time.